Success by reading biographies and how to not reinvent the wheel of success. In today's video, I'm going to go through reading biographies, how to implement the lessons that you've learned in reading how-to books and going through courses in university, how to really implement those into real life to gain some real tangible results in your life. Now, as I went through in the how to read how-to books by Tai Lopez, is that how to sift through this information and really get out the nuggets that you need to learn and the real things, those actionable tips that you get. Now, those actionable tips don't mean anything if you don't take action. If you watch Gary Vaynerchuk's videos, he's a huge advocate of taking success, because success will not manifest itself in the physical form if you do not execute it, because execution is the medium in which success is created. So now this is what we learn in biographies. Say for this book here in Total Recall, which is the autobiography of Arnold Schwarzenegger, is that we learn how Arnold Schwarzenegger got from being a normal guy to putting on huge amounts of muscle, really building up his own businesses on the side, winning Mr. Olympia multiple times in a row, and really becoming an actor in Hollywood and making it big for himself, and even becoming the governor of California. We learn step by step how he did it. We get this very, very detailed process of how he goes through his own life and how he did it. Right? He really, really spells out how he achieved success in his life. Now, in how-to books, like this book here, 7 Habits, is that they tell short stories here, but they don't really give us a full picture, not really very detailed. They just give us one side of the story that really helps explain the main point they're trying to get across to you. And now that, in my opinion, is a waste of time, because you really want to get that actionable tip. Even though you may not know how to use it, the biographies that you read, you will slowly see these light bulbs will slowly go off in your mind as you read these biographies. I know this happens a lot of the time. I'll be reading the biography, I'll be like, oh, this is how he did so and so. This is how he really implemented this. This is what it truly means, and you really get the full picture, right? And now I like this analogy that Tai Lopez uses, is that in order to create the good life, right, it's like a soup, right? You can't just have chicken and water, right? That's gonna make bleh, that's gonna taste nasty. You need to have some pepper, some salt, some celery, some carrots, some broth, all these kinds of things that really make soup. But you need all kinds of ingredients. Now these ingredients come from all these books you read, the how-to books. You really get those ingredients. And these biographies are kind of the recipe. You read, all these how-to and practical tips, how they actually come together. And then you have to take action and make that soup of success in your life, and that's how you create the good life. And in order to start taking action, is that sometimes we feel a little bit discouraged, or we don't feel as confident. And then in these biographies, you really read and you learn courage. That's how we gain courage. That's how we increase our confidence, is that we don't just get courage by going and facing our fears. That is definitely a way to defeat your fears and increase your confidence. But another way to do it as well, which is you should do it that way as well and this way. We need to learn courage. Say we watch our dad or our parents, they do something courageous, heroic, brave, right? We see it and then we want to repeat that, because we're animals of repetition, right? What we see is when we repeat. Monkey see, monkey do. That's what we do. That's why when we're kids, we're like, oh, are you guys monkey see, monkey do? Don't do that, right? No, we need to use this to our advantage. This is our advantage, is that as animals, we are one of the only animals that can repeat what other animals are doing, right? At a more sophisticated level. That's what makes us different from all the others, is that we don't have to do everything by trial and error, right? If we see someone else to stick their hand in the fire and they get burnt and they get hurt, we're not going to go do the same thing. That's how we're smart. That's the same thing, right? If someone fails their business because they did X, Y, Z, you can be like, whoa, I remember I read in so-and-so's autobiography, they did that and didn't turn out so well, so I'm not going to do it. That's a very important skill that you want to learn, and those kind of lessons you want to learn, is that you want to not repeat any mistakes, and that's how you get to success. That's how you shortcut your way to success. Yes, you will make mistakes, that is inevitable, but you want to make the least amount of mistakes possible so you can get to success faster than anyone else, because the time we have on this planet is limited, because we won't be on this planet forever. right? We are not immortal, we are mortal. If you read Seneca on the Shortness of Life, he explains how our lives are short, but we are given enough time to fulfill our own desires if we realize our mortality. That's the whole point. We want to see how these people took action so quickly. Arnold Schwarzenegger, by the age of 21, he was in America, he was taking action, He was going to bodybuilding competitions, he was making connections, making friends, moving up his way on the ladder so quickly. The kind of pace he went at attacking success was crazy. I mean, if you really read this guy's book, I mean, he was going to college courses every day, trying to learn English, because he was from, I can't remember, some place in the Middle East, in Europe, I can't remember, but he had a really thick ass accent. And if you guys that know him, he has a thick accent, but his accent used to be really bad. He couldn't speak English, and he learned it. He just attacked. He went out there, attacked, and got that success from himself by really just brute force, right? Sometimes brute force is required. You need that energy, right? Success can't come without energy, without that action, without the execution. You need something to drive it forward and actually to be tangibilized. It needs to come out into reality. It needs to come out from here into reality.